This is my unscripted review of the Adidas Terrex Agravic XT GTX shoes. So I'll start with the bottom of the shoe and work my way up to the top and the inside, and give you my likes, the many likes that I like about this shoe, and one dislike that I wish was a little improved, but I'll get to that in a bit. So this is the, as I mentioned, the Adidas Agravic XT GTX shoe. I've used these shoes for 175 miles at this point, and I absolutely love this shoe. It's been a great trail shoe. So starting at the bottom, flip this guy over. Hopefully you can see that all right. It's got some pretty burly tread. Again, this shoe's seen 175 miles, so there is some wear and tear at this point. But you got the Continental grip on there, and it's holding up very well. This shoe's provided some very confident grip on hills, whether you're going up some steep sections, down some steep sections. I recently took it on a almost 28-mile run up the Maroon Bells 4-pass loop, and there was definitely some very loose and steep terrain that I had to traverse, and this shoe instilled a lot of confidence in the ability for us to be able to run that trail. I had no issues with it slipping out from underneath me or losing traction as I'm trying to power up those hills, whether it was on loose dirt, gravel, rocky, or buffed out type of conditions. It does feel like there is some sort of rock plate, perhaps that's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches square, and then right here in the center of the foot, so you don't wear out the arch of your foot so much, you don't feel those rocks. And then wait for that plane to fly by. And then beyond the plastic, I'm assuming it's some sort of plastic rock plate in there. You can feel it if you're pushed down on the rubber here. But there also is some plastic arms that extend out about 1/2 inch wide, about halfway up the forefoot here on each side. And I think that is to help provide some rigidity to the shoe, to provide some good response. And it does feel very responsive. It's a very comfortable shoe to run, whether you're doing a quick trail run or a long trail run. You can see here that you've got the Boost material, which is very responsive. I love the Boost material. It lasts a long time. And then you combined with an EVA frame here as part of that sole, and that adds a lot of stability and additional response. It really helps hold the foot in place when you're trying to maneuver and dance around the trail a bit. It does a really great job. Looking here on the back, you've got a pretty good heel counter. Really locks in that heel. It's a little stiff, somewhat plasticky perhaps, and then you have the softer sock-like material of the rest of the shoe. You can see that you've got an entire heel counter, or a collar, excuse me, here, and that really helps protect your foot from any rock and debris that might try and get into the shoe. It does a great job. It just cinching around that ankle, and but not in an uncomfortable way. It's a very sock-like liner. It's very comfortable, very nice to use. Along the sides here, you've got your welded overlays and protective elements. Same thing across the front, and along the toe, you have this rubber here to protect the toes, and part of the sole comes up right here across the toe as well. So you have some very good protection on your toes. The toe box has enough room to be comfortable even on those really long trail days, while the rest of the shoe really locks down well around the foot. It's not uncomfortable by any means. It just gives you a good secure foothold. Now this shoe being the XT GTX, it is Gore-Tex, so you have that Gore-Tex liner inside, help prevent water from getting into your foot. And some people complain that the Gore-Tex liner on shoes doesn't breathe well enough. It does add a little bit of weight. For me personally, I have not had any sort of issue with it not breathing, or my feet don't get hot. That's just how my feet are, and I've appreciated the fact that I can use these in wet conditions or wintry conditions, and just don't have to worry about my feet getting wet when I'm out on the trail. Another airplane will let pass by. Those are really the highlights of the shoe. I really love this shoe. I love that it has the good toe protection. I love the traction. On the bottom of the shoe, it's just phenomenal. It's lasted longer than I thought it was going to last. I love how well my heel feels locked in place in the back of the shoe. There's also some, I don't know if you can see this, but it's like a memory foam almost back here that really help lock your heel in place. The sock-like build of the shoe is very nice. It's very comfortable. Again, I've taken this shoe out on some very long runs, trail runs, and it's been great. The one thing that I don't like about the shoe is the cost. At about $170 to $180, it is definitely up there. It is a fairly expensive shoe. Now, I did not pay that much for this shoe because they had a 50% off sale at the time, so I picked them up for a pretty good deal, I thought. So definitely look for those deals. And yeah, I would definitely recommend this shoe. It's maybe on the heavy side, but it is a very durable, it protects your foot very well. I mean, this shoe is going to last. It's not going to fall apart, and I really can't say enough good things about it. I would absolutely recommend it. I've used it even on back in June. I used it in the Leadville Heavy Half trail race, and the shoe did great. There were a few miles that were on the road. The knobs are a little clunky for road running, so it's really designed to be a trail shoe, but it didn't bother me enough. I didn't really think twice about it, and it was able to keep going strong on the race and finish well. As far as casual running, it really is, again, a great shoe on the trail. I've used it in the snow, when out on the street in the snow, on trails in the snow, in loose conditions, very rocky conditions. I mean, this has been my best companion out on the trail, so highly recommended. But look for a good deal, and you'll appreciate it maybe a little more. So that is my review. Let me know if you have any questions, if you've used this shoe, if you're looking to consider it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will be sure to reply and get back with you. Thanks for watching the review. Talk to you soon. Be sure to subscribe.